exploit them.
Oh, you had those ones on at one time.
Okay, we're live. Okay. You might want to scoot closer here. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Jurak, and I have a friend with me, Angel, if you can see her. We're so excited tonight to talk with everybody. I prefer it in person, but you know, it is what it is, and you can't see my face, but I am smiling. I'm sure you all know that. Great that you could join us. We're going to talk about the immune system. This is a hot topic right now, and that's not necessarily why we're doing it. We're doing it because with this time of year, with colds, flus, and of course, different viruses, including things like COVID, you know, what's that? We really need to make sure our internal environment is healthy. And we're going to talk about some common immune system, balancers. We don't want to say boosters because, again, if your immune system's hyperactive, you don't really want to do that. And just so everybody knows, Angel actually has a lot of expertise in the area of hemp as well as CBD, CBG, and that's why I have her with us, because the endocannabinoid system is something a lot of us don't know much about. As you're joining us here, if anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and type those in. I can't say we'll get to it right away because what happens here is there is a slight delay, but we'll definitely get to your questions. And of course, I'm always available as far as email, drjurak@mhwc.net, or phone. Of course, our information's right on your screen there. That's very important too. Just so you know, our purpose is always to educate our community so that everyone is as healthy as possible. That is our purpose for doing this. And we only carry the best supplements that we have researched and know that the companies are reputable. They're not cheap. We know what's in them. We know the research behind them. And that's very important for any supplement that you're buying, that you're not just buying it based on price, cost, and of course, assuming that what they're telling you is in them is actually in them. So I just want to say that, and we'll be going along. As we go along here, we'll be mentioning some more about that. So we can get started here. So you wonder, what is SHIELD? Well, some of you have been to our hemp oil seminars in the past and saw the benefits of it in many ways. And I wanted to really focus this time on the immune system. And this is a product where they've actually combined a lot of different immune system boosters or enhancers or balancers. I shouldn't say boosters, but it balances the immune system. And just a side note, of course, this doesn't replace completely a healthy diet and lifestyle. I just want to put that in there, right? But SHIELD is actually a hemp extract enhanced with a lot of immune system balancers. There's a lot of things in our environment that go against us, especially if you're active. You want to be feeling your best. You don't want to be down with a cold. You don't want to be down with the flu. Your best defense really isn't necessarily just vaccinating yourself. It's actually keeping yourself as healthy as possible. So your immune system is a strong immune system is your body's ultimate line of defense this time of year, especially when holiday stress comes in, the stress of the COVID, and we don't know what's going on with the election and all this stuff. It's really important. Anything you want to add there, Angel?
Well, first I'd like to say hello to everyone, and thank you, Dr. Jurak, for having me here. And I kind of want to just jump back and say, you know, the products that Dr. Jurak shares with you, there's a medical advisory board that actually edifies all of our systems that we have in place. So I just want to put that out there because we do have medical science behind all of the products that she offers. And right now, the stress, and let's just think back a little bit about when seasons change. Like right now in Wisconsin, it's going to maybe snow this weekend. So that there's going to be a huge imbalance. You know, we're so used to having summer. So this is a perfect time to look at what's important for your immune system. And so I'm really grateful that she's sharing this information. It's an amazing product.
So I'm just going to move my my camera here so everybody can see this. There we go. It's advanced immune support. So you can buy everything individually, of course. And some of you may not know this, but since the COVID, everything is hit with that, we've actually discounted all our immune products 15% off. And that's, of course, an offer that we're going to give you for watching this webinar. You just have to let us know that you saw the webinar or come into the office. And of course, we'll give that to you. So you can buy all these. We're going to talk about different herbs in here, botanicals, and some exciting things you probably have not heard of before that can really help balance your body and your immune system. But that'll be 15% off as well. So the immune system does require a lot of nutritional support. So we want to make sure that we are supporting that immune system and get the optimum out of that. And one thing that Shield will do is it promotes the white blood cell production and also supports faster recovery, because really what makes one person get sick and another, oftentimes it is the environment. So let's say one person got a lot of sleep one night and another person did not. The person that didn't get sleep may end up catching that particular bug, bacteria, virus, whatever we're talking about. Otherwise, we would all get it, right? So I really think that really supporting the overall balance of the endocannabinoid system, that's quite a mouthful, if everybody wants to say that at home, right? It took me probably a year to say that. I don't know if some of you aren't getting audio or video here, but it should be on. If anybody else is not getting video, please let me know, so then I know it's more us. Okay. So if you think of, in the hemp oil, you have something called CBG. Now, everybody knows CBD, right? That's kind of that, I don't know, buzzword, if you will, right? But a lot of people are not familiar with CBG. Think of it like the Rolls Royce of the whole hemp, because it gives you the entourage effect. It's going to give you the antibacterial. It's going to actually protect and regenerate your nerves. It supports your bone health as well. It improves your mood and gut health. And honestly, in the winter, when we're not getting all that good sunlight, you know, we're taking our vitamin D and things to help, but we're not getting that good old sunlight. That's not a bad thing to help. Supports your rest and sleep, and also acts as a natural analgesic. So you're going to be able to maybe even get some pain relief there. So anything else you want to? I have a little bit more here, but
part of the CBG too, and part of the whole hemp plant is inflammation, helps with inflammation. So these are just kind of an in-depth look at what inflammation does and how this plant can support that.
Excellent. And I was just at a whole 24 hours of seminars this past weekend, just all about inflammation and how it affects the body, and just how our lousy lifestyles, if you will, and diets actually affect that. But that's so true. Inflammation is really a killer to us. It's a main cause of disease, whether it's coming from the toxins or wherever. So anything we can do to reduce that inflammation is only going to help us. But it's very protective. CBG, maybe you can ask, because this is actually a question that I get often from patients, is what is CBG? Where does that come from? Okay, where is that in the plant, or how does that all work, Angel?
So if you're looking at a hemp plant, the very first extraction process, I'm a licensed hemp processor in Wisconsin. So the very first product, if I were growing for CBG, it's the mother constituent of the plant. So the first thing that you take off a plant is CBG. The second constituent is CBD. And then you get hemp oil, you get the terpenes and different constituents of the oil. But CBG is like the mother constituent that right now and for the last couple of years, they're finding that they are able to really benefit this product with the CBG. It's 4 times more anti-inflammatory than CBD.
Very good. And I want to mention with this product Shield, and just in general, let's back up a little bit. Your digestive health or your gut health is extremely important for your immune system. I cannot stress that enough. The research is totally proving that now. There's several articles and studies that have been coming out. In fact, at our anti-inflammatory kind of seminar this weekend, they even talked about how mouthwash kills all the beneficial bacteria in the mouth and can lead to inflammation. So we might have to do a webinar on that as well. But the gut health is so, so important. And so the way this particular product was formulated really makes sure that this is getting absorbed into that gut and helping the immune system, because 70% of your gut is lined by the immune system, ready to attack anything that might get into your body that shouldn't be there, like bacteria and fungus and all these things that, that are even just on our food, let alone what we come in contact with otherwise. So, but thank you for clarifying, how that all works with CBG, CBD, and all of that, because there's a lot of parts of that hemp plant that a lot of people don't know about that are so beneficial. It's amazing to me, the more studying you do, and maybe some of you have as well, just how amazing the plants in our world are, just how healing they are, and what great stuff they can do.
I see this too.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just, we're at 11 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go through some of the ingredients in the Shield product, and these are, this is a terpene. And linalool is a terpene that's found predominantly in plants like lavender. It's actually found in cannabis, but there's no THC or marijuana in the product. Linalool is a natural relaxant, and it's very aromatic, so it has a good smell to it. It supports your respiratory health, which is a great thing this time of year, and really helps promote calm and relaxation. So who can't use more of that, right?
Right.
So
one thing I'd like to say about lavender, so to many, many, many people, lavender is a very pleasant scent, right? So this is a part of the plant world, and this is why Mother Nature has done this. So it's very effective with respiratory health. Means you want to smell it, you want to breathe it. It makes you feel good. So this is kind of how the plant world works. It's just a natural what's the word, solution to a problem. So, and you'll see the other terpenes in here.
The rolidol is another terpene. It's more of a woody and fruity scent, kind of like tree bark, actually. It's found in ginger, orange flower, jasmine, and hemp. And it's an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antifungal, antibacterial properties are in that. It helps the immune system, and it's also known as a light relaxant effect too for that. And these terpenes are found in CBG, correct? Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Let me just move my picture here a little bit so that everyone can see this. Geraniol is another terpene. It's in many sweet smelling plants and flowers like roses, lemongrass. Love lemongrass. Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorites. Citronella, coriander, peaches, blueberries, and carrots. So these terpenes are actually found, as you can see, in other plants in this world besides just hemp. But this is the primary terpene that's been studied for its immunomodulatory effects. So what that means is it can actually help to modify your immune system, and it contains properties that limit any type of physical distress. So it acts as the referee, if you will, to help balance mm-hmm. everything. So these terpenes are quite powerful. Mm-hmm. Chime in, Angel, if there's anything else. Okay, so we're going to move on from the terpenes to more of the herbal plants here. Let me just move myself down. Over here. There we go. Okay, echinacea. I just want to say one thing about echinacea versus quality. So if I go to the store and I'm just going to go by price and I'm going to just go to the local, I'm going to pick on Walgreens or Walmart or the Sam's Club. A lot of times what you're going to buy is echinacea. And in the past, I used to buy echinacea and not get results. And I thought, well, that doesn't work. Well, what I found out is with any type of plant, you want to make sure you're getting the right part of the plant. So if the main ingredient is found in the roots, you want to make sure you're getting that from the roots. Cheaper products are going to use like the leaves or the stem of the plant mainly, and then you're not going to get the active ingredient that you need. So once I started using products that use, are higher quality and actually are correctly processing the plants, as well as getting the main ingredient or the primary, the one ingredient that you really are looking for from the correct part of the plant, it made all the difference in the world. So echinacea, most people are quite familiar with, does help with our immune system. It can increase your white blood cell count and really help you recover faster and help your body fight off whatever it is. It's one of the few botanicals that directly support the CB2 receptors, these endocannabinoid system CB2 receptors that are known to help balance your immune system. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Yep. So what's important here is this is, without making any medical claims, this is an immune booster. So this will take what's going on in your system, in your body, and it actually helps your body work for itself. It makes it a little bit easier. And I've tried, like Dr. Jack, I've tried those supplements that I've gotten in the grocery store and the Walgreens drugstore. I grow it in my yard. The stuff that I grow and harvest in my yard is better than the stuff that you pay money for. So this is a very powerful herb, been used for many, many, many years to help the immune system.
Centuries, probably.
Yep, centuries, yeah. centuries.
Yep.
But more importantly, it helps to helps in the cold and flu season. It's very powerful.
Powder Arco, I actually used to use this herb for people that have leaky gut or candida because of its antifungal properties, and it works great. I mean, you can buy this as a tea as well, but when you get it as a tea, it's not going to be as concentrated. Of course, teas tend to give you a small amount. But Powder Arco helps really boost your immune response activity by almost 50% when you ingest it regularly. Now, when we say boost, it doesn't mean it's going to take you into hyperdrive, that cytokine storm they talk about with COVID. That's not what that means. It's really helping to regulate and get your body able to fight off whatever it is. But it's native to the Amazon rainforest, and it comes from the inner bark of the tree. And that's why actually for a while it was difficult to come by, honestly, because it had been, they're taking all the rainforest. Yeah, they're harvesting the rainforest. So it was very hard to come by anything. But it's really high in antioxidants, and it really helps ease any discomfort that you're feeling if you're sick. Yeah.
So as we're going through this list of what's essentially in this shield oil, it's really good to know that these are concentrated compounds. They're not just single ingredients that are put in for no reason. Like this helps the echinacea. This helps the terpenes. They all work in conjunction to make a really amazing product. And Powder Arco, I've had their tea. I've drank that tea for years. I'm a tea drinker. So you have to drink probably 50 cups of tea a day to get the effects of this. But that you can do that too, At
least you get your fluids in, because you definitely want to be drinking water, right? That's another thing. Let's all stay hydrated this winter. I was doing a food diary and found out my water intake has been a little lacking the last week, and I can feel it definitely. And that's not good for the body to be dehydrated. That definitely brings your defense system down. Elderberry. This is actually something that's been around like echinacea, like forever almost. And in the last year or two is something that has really come to the forefront, because I've had some patients that are even making it on their own and buying elderberries and all that, which is okay. But we've actually used it for several years in different products, especially related to the respiratory health and helping with the immune system, in like the natural cough syrup products and stuff. But it is packed with antioxidants and vitamins. It supports your immune system health. It eases the cold and flu symptoms. It may even help with some of the discomforts of when you have a cold, lessen the stress on your body, and even aid in heart health, which that's always a good thing too. Yeah.
as a simple berry, it tastes really good. I made elderberry syrup last year and combined it with some of my hemp oil, and it's an amazing. They used to give it to little kids only because it had a nice flavor. So they used to just make cough syrup out of it for little kids, but now it's in tons and tons of products. Really powerful plant,
and it's very tart. It's very tart, or it can be. Yeah. So elderberry is a great ingredient to have in there. Ooh, oil of oregano. So now I even like Italian food more because as I studied a lot of these spices, it's a botanical herb, but we use it as a spice, right? A lot of our spices, in fact, we put this in our newsletter a couple weeks ago that we sent out via email. A lot of the Italian spices are quite good for us as far as our immune system and as far as killing off the bad antimicrobials, the bad bugs. In fact, thyme, if you put it in with raw meat, it's going to kill all the bacteria around it. But oregano is awesome. I've had patients even use it for their allergies. School teachers and childcare workers use oregano oil just right under their tongue before they go to work and, sailed through the year without anything after being around all the germs, right? But so oregano is known for its antioxidants and antimicrobial properties, used for thousands of years. So these plants have been around a long time. And the great thing about using the whole plants versus, sometimes we'll take medications, is that everything works together. So it's going to work with your body. You're not going to get those side effects like you do with some of the meds. But oregano has been around for thousands of years. It really helps guard your immune cells and tissues. It's known for its defense against toxin damage. So it's going to protect your cells against anything that those bad bugs are going to try to do to you, and tissue damage as well. So it's been used in a lot of cold and flu remedies for that reason. And it's strong. Some of you may have even gotten, I don't know if anybody listening right now has ever gotten raindrop therapy. It's kind of a form of massage where essential oils are placed along your spine, and a lot of them are like oil of oregano and basil. You smell like a good salad afterwards, but that's really good for the immune system. That's why you get it done. Yeah.
Oil of oregano is very, very powerful. And the one thing that I might add to just all of this, like taking oil of oregano by itself as a standalone, you need to really be careful about how you're doing it because it is such a powerful herb.
A little bit goes a long way.
Yes. And the other thing I wanted to bring up right now, too, is that all of these herbs and that are sourced are organic. So this is also very important when you're looking at a product that you're ingesting, especially, is that you need to know how it was grown. If there were chemicals used to treat any of these herbs or spices, it kind of negates the whole idea of having a healing product. So,
right. Like most things, your coffee, your tea, your foods. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. Oh, eucalyptus. I've actually been using eucalyptus oil a lot on patients lately to help open up sinuses and get things moving. So yeah, this is another one that's pretty been around for a long time. It's pretty traditional. It stimulates the innate part of your immune system. That's the first part of your immune system to kind of jump in and try to fix things for you. Like reishi and licorice, eucalyptus helps to restore and support your respiratory health by cooling off the lungs, soothing cough and bronchi, and easing excess inflammation in there. And I'm sure a lot of you have used eucalyptus. It really does open all those passageways up. And I like the smell, honestly. It kind of has that.
I keep a little bottle in my shower.
Good idea.
Put a little drop in there and it's just breathe it. But we have it in there, so when you ingest it, it takes it to the next level.
Right.
As far as healing.
Yeah. So eucalyptus is definitely a good thing to have in that medicine chest here this winter, fall and winter. Olive leaf oil. So I always have a couple patients every year ask me about olive leaf extract and olive leaf, but this is another good botanical herb that helps enhance your immune system function, really helps to balance that. It's an stimulant, again, not overstimulant, but it activates your immune response and increases activity when it's necessary. So that's the great thing about plants, is it's not going to overstimulate. It's going to help balance everything. It's kind of bitter. So it does modulate your parasympathetic nervous system. And basically that part of your nervous system is what slows things down. So that helps you, that part of your nervous system, it's like the brake pedal on your car. It's going to be there for when you want to digest your food. And relax. It's not the nervous system that when you want to get things done and run. But therefore, it helps promote the state of rest and regeneration, because that's going to be important when you are exposed to anything that you need to really need to regenerate and rest.
I wasn't familiar with this herb until I started taking this product. And so I did a little research. And what's very similar to hemp in itself, CBD, the CBG, the restorative and regenerative properties of olive leaf oil. Again, this is just kind of enhancing this product. It's making it, 1,000 times better, because this is a constituent in the product. It's very important when you are out of balance. That's an easy way to say it. When you're out of balance, the only way to bring that parasympathetic nervous system back to its normal state is to rest and regenerate. It's really important. So I was really excited to learn about this product when I did my research.
And this one's been around for a long time too. Yeah. Oh, garlic. I
love it.
You can't have a discussion about the immune system without talking about garlic. The real stuff. Garlic, it really helps boost your virus-fighting T cells, and it really helps to open up your blood vessels, which means better circulation. Garlic is also good for the adrenals. It's also great for your gut health, which, as we mentioned earlier, the gut is extremely important because 70% of your immune system is lining your gut. The gut is extremely important for your immune system health. So with anything, you want to make sure you have a healthy gut. So if you're relying on any medication for reflux, or if you have constipation issues, let's say, or loose stools, or just a lot of gas and bloating, all those things we love to talk about, or if you're having to take medication on a regular basis for these things, that means your gut isn't healthy, and that means you need to call me because we're seeing more of that and treating them actually quite successfully, even the ones that have kind of been almost to everybody for years. So just a note on that. But garlic actually works extremely well. In fact, people that have a lot of gut issues, sometimes I withhold using too much garlic just because it does work so well. And it will be sometimes like a bomb going off in the gut, and it'll kill off all the bad stuff. And then you get like stinky gas. And who wants to go around with that, right? So you're not going to get that necessarily with this. I'm just commenting, that people that take a lot of garlic and they have gut imbalances can get that. In this product, it's not straight garlic. So you're okay. But that's one of my favorites. Ginseng. So there's Asian ginseng. It improves health and well-being. It's been around for a long time in Chinese medicine, actually. This is one of those Chinese herbs. If any of you have cooked with it, it's great that way too. But it really helps to boost and modulate your immune function. I've actually had people shave some off in water and boil it and steep over it. Just to breathe it in, because it takes the inflammation then out of the sinuses and down into the lungs. So that's always helpful too. But it really helps to kind of wake up and stimulate both physical and mental activity, and really strengthen your cognition, meaning the mental function. When you're tired or worn out, when the brain process is not really happening so well one day, ginseng can help kind of give that a boost. And just help overall with that. So it's a good immune system modulator to help balance the other ingredients. And yeah.
So what I would add to that is a lot of these herbs, and particularly ginseng, it's called an adaptogen. So wherever your body needs recovery or regenerative properties, the ginseng goes there. If you need to get rid of inflammation, if you need to just get rid of brain fog. The plant adapts to what your body needs and helps strengthen it. So it's amazing. Mm-hmm.
So adaptogen, that is a word to remember, friends. Adaptogen. Anything that can help us adapt to our environment and the stress of that is very important. Another herb is cloves. So we've used cloves a lot over the years. There's actually, it contains something called eugenol, which is known for immunity. But if you ever have pain, like mouth pain, tooth pain, just putting a clove on there can help.
Oh,
a lot of our...
That's a grandma thing.
That's a grandma thing, but man, grandma knew what she was talking about. You can tell grandma that. You don't want to ever tell your spouse that, or, significant other. But anyway, a lot of the herbal throat formulas that we've used over the years for people, like for sore throats, cloves actually works quite well for a sore throat too. But it helps with the respiratory health because it's so rich in those flavonoids. And can really help, like little Pac-Man, kind of dating myself. Hopefully everybody else remembers Pac-Man. But eat away at any type of damage, any type of damage that the bad bugs have done to your tissues. It really helps kind of clean that up. They're called free radicals and oxidative damage. It's kind of like the rust on your car. It kind of cleans that up.
And it smells good too.
Yeah. Makes you think of, like, I don't know, ham. Reishi. This is an adaptogen. Now, for those of you that can see the slides here, the adaptogen word is up there. It's the king of herbs in Chinese culture, actually. Used for centuries to help enhance your immune system, increase your white blood cell production, and help fight those infections that your body comes in contact with. Really helps keep your health in balance with those. And we've used that for several years as well for other immune challenges, not just for cold and flu season. It's pretty powerful if you look at these mushrooms. And
that's an amazing mushroom. So I'm also a mushroom cultivator in my past lives. And reishi was one of my dream mushrooms to cultivate. So it's called king of herbs. But it was also in Chinese cultures and Asian cultures. I shouldn't limit it to the Chinese, but the kings were the only ones who were gifted this mushroom because they thought that longevity was their key to longevity. So for many, many, many years, the only people that were able to eat this mushroom were royalty. So it's a very powerful mushroom.
Ooh, I feel special. Licorice. Don't worry. The product we're actually discussing has a berry mint flavor, not a licorice flavor. Some people don't really care for that, but we've actually used licorice in a lot of our own adrenal gland or stress gland formulas that we make here. But licorice is important. If you've ever had a lot of stress, and then when that stressor was over, you got sick, a big part of that has to do with your adrenal glands, your stress glands, and your body's ability to adapt to that. So there's that adaptogen word again. But licorice really protects your respiratory system. It helps to boost your endurance and energy because of its effect on your adrenal glands, and it really helps to soothe the muscles in your bronchi of your lungs. It contains a lot of antiviral and antibacterial properties as well. If you take too much, it can raise blood pressure. So anybody that has issues with blood pressure, not that you shouldn't take this, but it's just something to monitor just in case. I always kind of put that out there with any product that has licorice. Typically, we haven't really had anybody have issues with licorice and their blood pressure, mainly because we have put them on the right diet and anti-inflammatory, and they don't have that. But not a reason not to take it, and you should be monitoring blood pressure anyway. But anything you want to say about that?
I don't like licorice.
You're not, the taste of it?
No, not one bit. But it doesn't taste like that in the product itself. And what I've found over the years with essential oils is the ones that I don't like are the ones that my body most needs. So it's a very interesting twist on things. But no, it's more of a minty flavor. So you can't really taste the licorice, but you know that it's there doing its job.
Well, I'm sure other people can relate to that. What you don't like is what you need. We could probably have a whole webinar just on that.
I know, right?
Okay, another Chinese herb is Chinese skullcap root. This is one that I am not as familiar with, but it's widely used in Eastern medicine for centuries. It balances the beneficial inflammatory responses in the immune and both respiratory system. And so it's what's called an immunomodulator. So it helps to activate those immune responses to various threats to your body or to your system. So it really helps to keep everything in balance.
This is in my experience, I'm not a doctor of Oriental medicine, but I've seen quite a few over the years, and a lot of women are given this herb during their big change times because, again, it goes to where your body needs it. These are all adaptogens. They don't specifically state that, but so it's just an amazing herb that just balances. Again, we're balancing so that we can bring inflammation down, which is really important in helping the body heal or stay healthy.
Right. Again, drinking the water, eating right, that's all important. One of my favorites, I love talking about spearmint oil. If you've had any adjustments or treatments by me, you probably smell like spearmint oil when you leave, because not only does it help relax the body because of the relaxing properties, but I like the smell too. Mm-hmm. And that's why they probably, well, it's put in gum, it's put in mouthwash. But it does have the relaxing properties. It helps soothe your GI tract, again, the gut health, and it's great for the respiratory system. In Oriental medicine, it helps clear out that excess heat or inflammation in the body and helps us with congestion as well. So spearmint's just awesome. Okay, MCT oil is used as the carrier oil in this particular product we're talking about because it possesses immune modulating properties. And of course, as Angel was saying earlier, they use organic MCT oil from coconut. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it is organic.
So what's important too, the idea that it's organic. So I'm an organic inspector. So part of what's important when you are certifying an oil is that it's not heated or cooled to certain temperatures, because heating it to a higher temperature makes it go rancid quicker. Cooling it makes it ineffective. So when they're saying it's organically sourced, that means it's on the perfect spectrum for this property, meaning that its shelf life is stable and that all the other essential oils and minerals and supplements that are put into the product are stabilized. And that's important when you're taking an oil, whether it's an olive oil in the kitchen or coconut oil that you use for cooking.
Great. One thing I didn't mention too is for those of you that have maybe gotten the Prime My Body oils in the past from us, because there is one called Calm that's great for calming the body, especially before sleep time, or one called Focus, and that's the general hemp oil CBG product. Those products are what are called saponified, which means they break that oil down to small particles so that the absorption is so much quicker than a lot of the other CBG, like hemp products out there. The Shield actually does not go through that process because we want this to go into the gut. We don't want it to absorb that quickly. Good point. It needs to go into the gut because that's where we want the greatest impact for that immune system. So that's why I like that. There are certain vitamins, right, in here too. Vitamin A is really good for the immune system and anti-inflammatory processes. It's also great for the skin. It's actually in a lot of our detox products that we use here, and also the anti-inflammatory medical foods too. But it's really important for enhancing immune function against any type of infection. It really complements the other plants that are in there. You'll notice we didn't mention like vitamin C. We didn't mention vitamin D. I mean, those are important. Zinc, lozenges, and things like that are too. But I wanted to really focus on, I'm going to try to move this picture of mine so everybody can kind of see. There we go. I wanted you to learn about the terpenes because that's something, CBG, what is that? Everybody heard about CBD. What the heck is CBG? Well, now you know. Comes from the hemp plant and has a lot of great antioxidant, real powerful things that it does for the body, especially the immune system with those terpenes. And that's the common questions that we get. Are they organic? Which we answered. The answer is yes. At this point, anybody who's viewing this, if you have any questions, you can always go to that chat box and type in a comment. We will see that and try to respond back. But the ingredients are organic, and we don't use the sonicated nanotechnology in this particular product just because we want the gut response there. As far as what the product costs, now it took us almost 40 minutes to get through all the ingredients, right? So if you bought all of that individually, I haven't added it up, of course, depending on what type of product you're buying. But with all those ingredients, I mean, it would be hundreds.
But then you have to prepare it, like if you're taking a tea or you're putting in
or even a bunch of capsules and stuff. And that's okay to do if that's what you want to do, of course. And we carry a lot of these things individually for people. But this particular product, I'm going to kind of hold it up to the camera here. You can buy it directly from us here at Muskego Health and Wellness. We sell it for $179. Or you can actually go, I put it on the bottom there, to drjurac0729.primemybody.com or drjurac0729.primemybody.com. You can go there directly, even set up your own account and order it, and then it's $149. I think if you order it direct like that. That's another way to do it. And actually, you can view some of the other products that they sell there too.
There's a lot of really good information, and again, we'll go over all of this. But if you're interested in learning about the endocannabinoid system within your own personal body, there's some really great videos that really explain the workings of your internal system.
Right. So how do you get some? Well, you can contact us, of course, at Muskego Health and Wellness Center. So our phone number would be 414-422-1203. Or if you feel better doing an email, or that's quicker, drjurac@mhwc.net. So Dr. Jurac at mhwc.net, and just say, hey, I want some of that stuff. Set one aside for me. Again, for our office cost, it's $179. If you go right to the Dr. Jurac 0729.primemybody.com, it's $149. So it's up to you how you want to do that. My goal for doing this isn't necessarily how much can I sell, although if I do, I actually look at it as a plus because that means you guys are staying healthy. But I definitely want to be able to answer any questions for you as far as your health goes with the immune system. What should I be taking? What should I be doing? What else can I be doing? Those are all things that me, I love discussing that stuff. So is there anything else that you would have to add on there? Or
I just think it's really important to take a look at our immune systems, whether you're feeling ill, whether you're feeling a little stressed out, whether, whatever your situation is. I think it's really important. I'm so grateful that Dr. Jurac put this together tonight for all of us, because it's so much that we don't know, and there's so many unanswered questions right now. If you're healthy, that's all that's important right now. I mean, whatever else comes up for you, you can do it if you're feeling really good.
And you bring up a good point. Absolutely. So on the days that you're feeling run down, a little bit of stress can really set things off. And if you're healthy, not just feeling well, but your body is optimum energy and you're on and you're able to sleep and, digestive health is good. You can definitely handle more stress in your life for sure. We've all.
And you look at it differently.
Exactly. So I'm not really seeing any questions coming in. We'll give it another minute or two because I do know that there is about a 20-second lag time here. So we'll wait a couple seconds if anybody has any questions. So we're not seeing any questions. So either we covered this really well.
That's right.
You're afraid to ask, or we overwhelmed you and you're looking in the on your phone trying to find definitions. I don't know which, but either way, thank you so much for joining us. Our purpose really is to help our community. We want to see everybody as healthy as possible. We don't like seeing people sick at all, and we'll do what we need to make that happen. So thank you very much, and everyone have a great evening. Oh, Lois is asking, can I access this webinar tomorrow? We actually are going to have a replay on our website. We'll be putting that up tomorrow. So I will have the link for the webinar, hopefully up tomorrow on our website, which is listed there on the screen, www.muskegochiropractor.com. So that's MUSKEGOCHIROPRACTOR.com. So MuskegoChiropractor.com. We're going to have the replay on there. In fact, as we do these webinars, we're going to have them available on our website. So I appreciate that question. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.